gentlemen, I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nierenstein, and this is Vehicle Versions. Today, we are headed to SEMA. And I kind of realized that nobody actually understands what SEMA actually means. I don't either, I just Googled it, but it's Specialty Equipment Market Association. It is an epic car display for all of the manufacturers that produce aftermarket parts. So we're gonna see the craziest builds and some new releases. So let's head there. It's in Vegas, it's about a 5-hour drive. Let's roll. Of course, one of the problems of going on a trip in a car like the Huracan is space. Because it's all-wheel drive, it's got a little less space in the front, but I want to show you exactly how much there is. So we've got bags for 2 individuals. We've packed pretty light because we're guys. We're only going for 2 days, but we've got this case and 2 backpacks. Let's see how it fits. I'm pretty stoked about this case. I got this in a charity auction at Gumball, so donated some money to charity. It's a carbon fiber titanium case. Pretty cool, actually. Well, the trunk literally only has enough space for that 1 bag. Good news is, because it's not a spider, we got some space in the back for Alex. Nice. Fit that right in. You can see there is a shelf in the back for a little bit of storage. Backpacks fit perfectly. Let's hit it. Obviously, the easiest choice would have been to take the E63 to Vegas, but I really wanted to spend some more time with the Huracan. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, where's the car even been on the channel? I have driven it a little bit off camera, but to be honest, I haven't been driving it enough. With the E63 and with now the Ferrari, I just haven't had the time, and I've been traveling so much. But I really do miss this car, so I thought a fun long road trip in the Huracan is just what the doctor ordered. Today I want to talk a little bit about giving you guys an update on the car, where it's at, how many miles, what the maintenance has been like, basically why I haven't been driving it as much. I've got some stuff coming. I'm going to paint the calipers, guys, don't worry, and I think I'm gonna paint the wheels as well. But in general, forget the fact that they're green. Obviously, I needed to get this thing done for the Protective Film Solutions meet, so that is why I didn't do the calipers right away. But what do you think of the wrap? I know it's very polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in love with it, especially because of the meaning, but for some reason I think red does suit Lamborghinis pretty dang well. Now, this is really ironic because I'm so tired, I'm gonna let Alex drive. Okay, let's go. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the rare breed, the Tarmac Ranchula, it's a 4-wheeler that eats tarmac like a ranchula. I don't know why we're talking like this. I'm feeling like Steve Irwin, the Australian We're gonna be a group of Australian car spotters. We're just out in the wild, spotting cars in the wild.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. Bye-bye, Los Angeles. You sure you can handle the Tarmac Ranchula?
I think I got a grip on it.
Oh, you got a grip on it, I hope so. 9-3, that's how you grip her.
I got it.
Look at that hair salon. Look at that. Back in the driver's seat of the Huracan after a little nap. Absolutely exhausted. I wanted to talk about how awesome this car is on long road trips and give an update on the car. I've driven basically across the entire country in this thing. I've done countless rallies. I've done 27,232 miles on this Huracan. Essentially, nearly maintenance free. The only things I've really done are oil changes. and you have to do that on any car. Sure, it's a little bit more expensive because it's a Lamborghini. It requires a special tool, which is frustrating, to be honest, and it requires a decent amount of oil. But other than the occasional $900 oil change, if you do it at a dealer, it could be $1,500, $1,600. It's really all it's taken to maintain this thing. It's a comfortable car over long road trips. The actual space in it isn't all that great. I mean, headroom's pretty good. If you slouch the seat down, people who are 6'5" can fit in this no problem. In terms of space, it doesn't quite have as much space as some of the rear-wheel drive cars. Honestly, a more comfortable car for a long road trip would be something like a 720S or a 488. Honestly, the level of drone is almost non-existent as well, which is really impressive considering the fact it's got an aftermarket exhaust with no valve. It's also got a supercharger system on it. So it's comfortable, it doesn't sound too loud on the freeway, and if you want to make a lane change, yeah, it's pretty dang fast as well. 805 horsepower, 0 to 60 in a V-Box log 2.3 seconds, yet I've driven it 27,000 miles. Pretty damn awesome. The only thing I don't like is there is no spot for a phone holder. Now, you can get one of those spider mounts or a window mount, but there's no cup holder in the 2015 Huracan. So I've come up with this makeshift area here right on top of all of the switches, and it actually kind of works. In the 16 Huracan and 17 and 18, they put a cup holder right here as an option. Low-key, that looks pretty dope. One of the cars at SEMA that I'm most excited to see is this guy, Pterodactyl Tactics, created what has to be one of the most, if not the most savage Huracans of all time. He took an LP 580-2, I believe, wide-bodied it with a GT3 race car body, so custom made to look exactly like the race car for the road. I believe it's bagged and it's twin turbocharged. That, like, I put a wing on it, like a supercharger. That's freaking badass. Can't wait to see that car. All right, we Googled it. It's a Super Trofeo kit, not a GT3, although they are pretty similar. And this thing is known as the LP 1000-2. Oh, crikey, we got a wall raptor. Oh, raptoring about. The world's slowest drag race of traffic blocking. We got a victory. We got a victory. All right, it's my turn to race. Oh, shoot. My phone holder. Oh, my favorite road. Somehow, the name of that road is Zysix. Why it's named that, we're not sure. How it's pronounced that, we're also not sure. But Zysix Road. Doing a little pit stop for gas because honestly, the fuel economy on this thing is atrocious. So it is pretty comfortable, but you're gonna have to stop often. Now, one of the things that actually annoys me the most about the Huracan is there is no, and I've looked over all the forums and I've owned this car for many years, there is no cumulative fuel consumption reading. It only shows a live readout. If you think otherwise, please let me know because I'd like to see the average, but I believe with the supercharger, it's probably somewhere around 9. But currently all I can see is the instantaneous fuel economy that'll jump from 3 to 30 within a matter of seconds. So, not really sure. Let's head out. Is it a coincidence that solar collectors look a lot like Sauron from Lord of the Rings? Crikey, we got some copper action up ahead. Oh my god. Gonna swap drivers again so he can drive and I can upload my video. It's funny, the life of a YouTuber. I'm about to whip my laptop out, use my phone as a hotspot to upload that 5 things I hate about my Ferrari video that hopefully you've already watched. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to do so because it's got some pretty interesting points about the Aperta. we go, coming up on Vegas, and we've got the radar detector going off. The Luxor Hotel. The light on the top of this thing is so big and bright, you can see it from outer space. Damn, that's a thin car. On to the Las Vegas Strip and up to the Palazzo. And we're here. All right, guys, I just got to the hotel room. You have to check this place out. We're at the Palazzo, and this room is pretty ridiculous. Let's go inside. All right, guys, check this place out. It is absolutely ridiculous. We have a massive living room with a gorgeous view of the Winds Golf Course. I almost just fell over there. Look at that. I love golf. I need to play there at some point. Then we've got two different wings of the place. There's my bedroom over here with one bed. Look at that. Then there's a bathroom on this side. This place is so sick. And then on the other side, we got two beds over here. And then yet another bathroom. So it is time, I'm not a hotel reviewer, to hit up SEMA and go check out what cars they got going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SEMA. It was at this point last year where I said something so stupid about trucks, I literally became a meme on Instagram for a second. So, SEMA, baby. That is ridiculous. Don't know if that turbocharger is big enough. Put your head next to that, dude. Check this thing out, guys. We reviewed this out at Gorman. Cool to see it in the show, but obviously much cooler actually off-roading it. Look how clean this M5 is. I believe this is the YouTuber Tanner Fox's car. This thing is pretty awesome, actually. Wide-bodied, upgraded Nissan GTR. Despite the car being this low, it's actually on static coilovers, and it is the only Liberty Walk GTR in the world that has molded fenders. There's no rivets or anything, it just fits right into the body. I think it looks epic. I've talked to Tanner a little bit about organizing a race between the supercharged Huracan and this thing. I think we gotta set that up. Check this thing out, guys. This is the world's first ever V8 swap new generation Raptor. So obviously the last one had that V8. They switched to the EcoBoost. There was a lot of commotion over that, but this thing has 700 plus horsepower and a V8. I think we got to do that to Alex's. Look at that. I didn't even do it justice. 757 horsepower. Look at the Hoonigan car. This thing is absolutely savage. All right, guys, what do you think? New camera setup for vehicle versions? That is ridiculous. Maybe this is the slightly budget, now probably not budget, I'm sure it's extremely expensive version of the Russian Arm Cayenne Turbo. That thing is badass. Judging by the level of equipment on the inside, I'd say probably not budget version. And they literally left a $30,000 or $50,000 camera sitting right there, just out of reach, damn it. That has got to be the best name of any truck I have ever seen. The thing about SEMA is it is so big. There are so many epic builds, it's almost impossible to see all of it. So I'm gonna highlight two, maybe a couple more than that, builds that I think are some of the coolest of the entire show that I think that you guys would be interested in seeing. Let's check them out. Look at this WiseTech build Mercedes. Oh my God. With the side exhaust, that is epic. All right, that thing is freaking awesome. Okay, so I figured based on the way this engine looked and the fact that this turbo is bigger than my head, that it made a lot of horsepower. It turns out this thing makes 5,200 horsepower. I gotta give it to these guys. This wrap is sick. Okay, that has to be one of the most epic things I've seen so far. Look at that, it's got VF supercharger kit on it. Our next goal is to go find this twin turbo Lamborghini. He's been following the build, I believe, for a while, right? On Instagram?
Yeah. The guy used to have a bag X6M, and now he's building the hardest Huracan.
No, it actually is the ultimate representation of what you can do to a Huracan. Obviously, there's pluses and minuses of twin turbo versus supercharged, but if you want something all-out speed, then with a race car body kit that's custom made and slammed to the ground, yeah, let's go check it out.
Doesn't get better.
All right, up ahead, there's BBS. Look at that. Just like the Super Trofeo race car, the only body panel that this car shares with the road car is the doors. The rest of it, completely bespoke front bumper, hood, massive fenders. I mean, the Vorsteiner fenders obviously are super cool. I've wanted the Vorsteiner kit for my Huracan for a long time, but look at these. And then these BBS wheels, oh my God. Let's do a little walk around. This wing on the back is, every element of this car is so extreme. My wing is large, but this is ridiculous. It's got 4 tailpipes, and that rear diffuser made of dry carbon. I'm a fan. Look at the 4 exhaust tips, and then these air boxes for the twin turbo setup. Some of my favorite wheels on the market, BBS FIRs in diamond black. Just look how complex that design is. It fits with this car so well. This is sick. Just look at the rear quarter panel on this thing. Absolutely insane. So it turns out, after talking to the guys, I had a little bit of misinformation. This is even cooler than I thought. The only way to actually get these body panels was for him to find a crashed Super Trofeo race car and actually get them to rebuild it. The other thing is, it has to be an LP580-2, the rear-wheel drive one. I know you're thinking twin turbo car doesn't make the most sense with rear-wheel drive, but in order for it to fit, just like the race car, which is rear-wheel drive, it had to be the 580, and it came out incredible. Obviously, guys, I wasn't able to cover everything at SEMA. To be honest, I was just here for a couple of meetings, but from what I've seen, this has to be the craziest build, in my opinion, and what appeals to me, of the entire show. A road legal Super Trofeo, lowered on BBS, twin turbocharged Lamborghini Huracan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.